Hey sparkly beings, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a short-ish sequence devoted to stretching your hamstrings. Go ahead and get ready and join me at the top of your mat. Starting with me at the front of your mat, roll your shoulders down and back. Get nice and grounded in your feet. Gently shift from right to left, really grounding, feeling all four corners of your feet pressing into the ground. And go ahead and stop and raise your toes, all 10 toes, and then press them into the ground. And one more time, and press them in. Inhale, both arms out and up to gaze up. Exhale, press the air away, chin to chest. Inhale, arms out and up to gaze up. Exhale, flat back swan dive. Palms to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins, flat back. Exhale, press it to the mat and step back for a plank. Hold plank here. We're going to skip a chaturanga today and just inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, and shift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. I'm going to hang out here, hyper-focused on those hamstrings. Feel free to walk it out, bending into one knee and the other. Shoulders away from the ears, biceps towards the front of the room, grounding through all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Inhale your right leg high, up and back for three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Inhale here to lengthen. Exhale to rise to crescent. On your inhale, lengthen here, and then on your exhale, rotate out into warrior two. Palms parallel to the ground, shoulders down and away from your ears. Inhale here to lengthen. Exhale, gaze over that front middle finger and then guide your palm towards the sky as you lean back for your reverse warrior. Gaze up here, stretching into your side body, holding it, getting nice and long, doing your best to remain straight through that elbow and straight through your back leg. Inhale here, exhale, rise. Inhale to lengthen. On your exhale, straighten through your front leg. Inhale to lengthen and shift forward. On your exhale, glide your hand all the way to some place of your leg for triangle. So wherever you're at, feel free to have a block to raise the ground to you. Gaze up if that feels good for your neck. And just breathe into that hamstring. Breathe into that space. Inhale here. Exhale. Arm over the shoulder. Extend it out away from you. Drawing your shoulder down and back. Guide your palm to the mat, your left palm and your right palm. And just inhale here to lengthen through your spine. And on your exhale, you're going to lean more into that front leg for intense side stretch. If you feel like this is a bit much for you, you can walk your back foot in a little bit to release some of that intensity. And or if your range of motion just doesn't want that, that's totally fine. Inhale to lengthen through your spine. Press into that left foot as you raise your heel from the ground and step back for a plank. Hold plank for a breath. Inhale here. Exhale, upward facing dog. Inhale here and exhale. Bend into your knees. Raise your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Walk it out here. Nice and long through your spine. Just getting ready for the next side. Inhale, raise your left leg high up and back for three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through between both hands. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and exhale, come up into high crescent. As you inhale here to lengthen, rotate out into your warrior two. I will turn to face you. Nice and straight through that back leg, nice and bent through that front knee. Core is engaged, palms parallel to the ground. Gaze over your front middle finger. Inhale here to lean forward. On your exhale, palm towards the sky. Raise it up and back for reverse warrior. Also, option here, you can feel free to wrap your arm around you. Just depends on how you feel, how advanced you are, whatever works for you. Inhale here to rise. Exhale, straighten through that front leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower yourself nice and thoughtfully into your triangle on the left. So wherever you're at, maybe you come all the way down here to join me, or you have a block, or anywhere that's comfortable on your leg. You really want to think about shifting your right hip back and opening your left hip towards the front. Find a gazing point that feels good for your neck. Inhale here. Exhale, rotate that arm around. Torso now facing towards the ground. And exhale, press your right palm to the mat. Feel free to step in your back leg a little bit here. Inhale as you lengthen through your spine. Exhale, you can stay a little bent in this front knee or not if you'd like. And just really lean into it for that nice hamstring stretch. Nice intense side stretch. For me, my left side is always a bit tighter than the right. So if that's true for you on either side, just honor it. Ground into your back foot. Raise your back heel. Step it back into plank. Holding it here. Inhale for cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, and raise your hips up and back for downward facing dog. We're going to walk our hands back towards our feet and shift your weight into your heels as you bend into your knees, and let your torso just rest over your thighs. Grab opposite elbows here. Maybe dangle from left to right. Lifting one heel and the other. Bending into one knee and the other. Lower your hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, tuck your tailbone and roll up one vertebra at a time. Shoulders down and back. Inhale, arms out and up to gaze up. Hands towards the sky. Exhale, press the air away. Chin to chest. Go ahead and stand the width of your mat. Hands on your hips. And just step your legs out as wide as feels comfortable for you. Just a little bit wider than hip width, or a little bit wider than that, wherever you're at. Inhale to lengthen through your spine. Exhale to fold forward just halfway, hinging from your hips, drawing your navel in. Inhale here to lengthen one more time, and on your exhale, feel free to bend into your knees if that feels good, and lower your head towards the ground. Go ahead and take your hands off your hips and raise them up and back behind you. Clasp your hands together if you can and guide them towards the front. So imagine pulling them over your heads. Your arms are nice and straight and you're just hanging out here. And gently release your arms back to the mat. Shift into your right leg and lengthen through your left. And really think about pressing your hips down and back towards the wall behind you, or towards the back of your mat behind you. And go ahead and bend into the left knee and do the same thing. So shift your weight into your back, into the back side, and pressing into those heels nice and strong. And straighten through that leg. Bring your toes in and your heels out. And just hang out here. Maybe option to lower your elbows to the ground and just gently rock back and forth. If you're up here, this is also fine. You're still getting a good stretch. And let it go. Heel, toe, toe, heel. Your feet back into each other. Bend into your knees. Tuck your tailbone. Roll up one vertebra at a time. Roll your shoulders down and back. Inhale, arms out and up to gaze up. Exhale, press the earth away, chin to chest. One more time, inhale, both arms out and up to gaze up. Exhale, press the earth away, chin to chest. Roll your shoulders down and back, and gently roll them forward. Here we're going to come into garland pose. So go ahead, once again, bring your feet a little wider than hips width distance apart, and just lower yourself into a nice little squat. So if your heels are up here, that's totally fine. Wherever you're at, just honor it. Your shoulders are coming down and back. Your elbows are pressed into your knees, and your knees are pressed into your elbows. Feel free to shift your weight here a little bit from side to side, if that feels good. And gently release your right palm to the ground or your mat, and inhale your left palm towards the sky and lengthen through your spine here. We're just doing a gentle spinal twist in our garland pose and just honoring where we're at. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So exhale your left hand down, inhale your right hand up. Nice little stretch here. One side you might feel a little bit more of a stretch than the other. That's okay. And release your palm back to the mat. Shift your weight onto one foot so you can guide yourself mindfully down to your mat to sit. Lengthen your legs out ahead of you, nice and tall through those sit bones in your spine. You can move the fleshy bits away. Roll your shoulders down and back and press your palms into the mat here. Activate your quads, your shins, your hamstrings. And you're just pressing in here. Everything is actually activated, even your abdomen. And release. Shake it out. Inhale to lengthen through your spine, and on your exhale, hinging from your hips and drawing your navel in. Just fold as much as feels comfortable for you here. Just honoring where you're at. So first we'll do our best to keep our knees straight, but then we will go into the option of bending our knees a little bit, okay? All right, go ahead and bend your knees. We'll just do it now. Inhale here to lengthen, exhale, gently fold forward. This time, start to take your hands and grab the edges of your feet, okay? And I want you to round through your spine here, chin to chest, rounding through that neck, getting a nice little back stretch here. And gently start to rise. Roll your shoulders down and back, shake it out. All right, go ahead and join me in a nice easy seat. Roll your shoulders down and back, palms towards the sky for receiving. Just ground yourself here. Feel your sit bones nice and heavy into the ground. Feel your spine nice and long, the crown of your head. Inhale through the base of your spine to the crown of your head. And on your exhale through the crown of your head to the base of your spine, connecting your body. Feeling the space you've created. Feeling the peace you've cultivated. Inhale both arms out and up to reach up. Press palms together, hands to heart center in prayer. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and as you exhale, gently bow to yourself and thank yourself for this time to reconnect with your mind, body, and spirit. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you feel a lot more open and stretchy and ready to start your day. So if you really like that, go ahead and like and subscribe for any future videos that you'd be interested in. And if you feel like somebody else would benefit, go ahead and pass it along by sharing it. And if you have any recommendations for future videos, leave them in the comments below. And until next time, have a beautiful day. Namaste.